Hello and welcome to issue number 103 of Headline Heroes, a comedy podcast where we take today's headlines or create a comic book origin story. My name is Drew Mick.
I'm Nathan Haynes.
And I'm Tanner Ackerman.
Gang's back.
Gang's all here.
We're back. I was wondering if I'd be able to record or not, because basically as soon as Tanner and I got done recording last Wednesday, I just was hit with the worst sickness of my life. Had to call into work for 3 days, basically 4 days actually. But here I am.
Didn't even go to school.
Yeah, I couldn't go to school.
Us how you didn't go to school.
Yeah, it was a bit of a slip, but I don't know why you're bringing in something that I said off mic, but that's fine.
So to put you on blast,
I guess it's not really embarrassed or anything by it, but that's fine. Nate, where were you? I don't even remember.
Where was I? Oh, I was at a bachelor party. Yeah.
Oh, was it fun?
It was fun. You know, I mean, honestly, nobody got like violently ill or drunk, and that's a win in my book.
No one fell into a lake?
No one fell into a lake, weirdly. Good. But then again, you know, in fairness to, I don't know, somebody on this call who may have fell into a lake, there weren't any lakes around us, so like there was nothing for them to fall into.
Yeah. And for that person who's on this phone call, probably, it was a very shallow part of the lake, and that really hurt.
And and the dock was weird, and like
dock was weird. Have been drinking, so that could have been anyone.
It's a mystery to this day. We'll never catch the person who did it.
What a weird mystery.
Mad lake jumper. Yeah.
I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
I did have one question. I'm excited to get back into it. I was obviously out last week because of my bachelor party, but I have one question, Tanner. We've done this, I think, before. Maybe just I can't remember if on the pod or offline, but I was wondering if we could do a quick sports no where Drew and I don't understand something about sports and you do, and you can maybe explain it to me. Tanner, last night you tweeted, Paul Pierce finally admitted that he shit himself in the 2008 finals, and that's why he was taken off in a wheelchair. I've literally never been happier.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm happy for you. But I was wondering if maybe you could help me bridge the gap here and learn a little something.
This is
Tell me what the fuck
get us
that
to
is.
sports.
It's the tweet is very straightforward. It means exactly what it says. But so I'll explain a little more because I feel like you might. Need
Paul
context.
Pierce could have been a coach, player, just someone.
Okay,
who just ran
good
out
point. I
onto
gotta feel like you guys know
court.
nothing, which
I don't know what the team is.
you don't know anything. So,
and I don't know what the predicament was that led him out to got a wheelchair in there.
yeah. So
the 2008 finals of what sport? I don't even know what we're talking about.
Well, what sport uses the word finals? I guess the Stanley Cup does too. It wasn't hockey. It was basketball.
Can you imagine if someone were to poop? Do you think the poop would hop around like blood does on the ice?
No.
What?
Is that a thing?
What did you say?
Oh, like when blood falls on the ice, it kind of hops around a little bit.
What do you mean by hops around?
Like it's so hot that it hops around. I swear this is a thing.
Like it bubbles up?
What hops on ice is bringing me stuff about.
What? Oh boy, that's one of those things that I just
was this a fever dream you had while you were sick?
No.
I've never heard that.
I'm trying to. I don't know what to search. It's nothing's working.
Wouldn't pee hop around on ice too, Drew?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it was a video game. Like this is a thing that I remember as a kid.
It's so weird.
And it could have been like a Kellogg's like hockey game that my brother played, and like the blood. I don't know. We can just forget about that.
Oh. So no, I don't think the poop would hop around.
I don't go it either.
Yeah.
So what did happen, Tanner?
Yeah, so in the 2008 NBA Finals, the Boston Celtics were playing the Los Angeles Lakers, and Paul Pierce plays for the Boston Celtics. And there was a play where like I believe he was on defense and he was trying to block Kobe Bryant, and like he came down like hard on his knee and he like fell down. Like he landed on his legs, but he acted like his knee was hurt and like he flopped right down. And this was like a notorious thing that happened because he got taken off the court in a wheelchair, And then like 10 minutes later, he came running back on the court fine. And like it was an inspiration of the team. They came back and won that game. It was a huge deal. But there had been this ongoing theory that the reason he had been taken off the court was because he shit his pants. Because so I read an article about it a couple of years ago that like broke it down really closely, because you see him go down and then he immediately goes onto his back, so you can't see his backside. And there's a trainer that leans in really close to him, and you can see he's whispering something to him. And so obviously the theory is that he told the guy, "Hey, I just shit my pants." So then you see like 5 players come around and they pick him up and carry him like in like a sitting position, so you still can't see his butt, and then they set him down on a wheelchair and they take him out. And then like when he comes back on the court, you can see his like shorts look like they're a fresh pair of shorts, like no sweat on them or anything. So it's been a thing like that. People are like, did he shit his pants? Is that why he was fine? Because it doesn't make sense. Like if your knee is hurt so bad you need a wheelchair, you shouldn't be able to run back on the court 10 minutes later, you know? And so he now is retired and he's a commentator for ESPN. And they were talking about it last night in the game because it was like I guess what was the 2008 finals? That'd be the 11-year anniversary of that game. And he just like interrupts everyone and goes, "I have a confession to make." He's like, "My knee wasn't hurt. I had to go to the bathroom." So he didn't outright say he shit himself, but this is heavily implied.
But I mean, like, if they brought out a new pair of shorts, the wheelchair and everything, then yeah.
And he pointed out specifically that he had to go to the bathroom, which...
Yeah.
11 years later, he's just like, "Oh yeah, no, I shit myself."
Yeah.
So it's been one of those like online rumors for like 10 years that like the fact that it was actually true. This would be like finding out that Kennedy like was shot by someone on the grassy knoll instead. Like that's the equivalent of it for NBA people.
That's huge.
Yeah, I was freaking out last night. So that's why I tweeted about a man shitting himself.
All right, I guess we're at sports now. Pretty straightforward.
I told you the tweet was 100% accurate.
Meanwhile, Drew's been frantically sending links to the messenger chat to exonerate him.
Okay, so it's not as much as I thought it was. It's not like it's hopping around like a fucking leapfrog. But yeah, like that is a thing that blood actually bounces a bit more when it hits something like ice cold.
Now,
it's like a sort of. It does kind of bounce a little more, you know?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, it looks like it just splatters.
Well,
yeah.
I was part right. This isn't a thing that I made up as a kid, but like very well could have been. It was just something I picked up as a kid, and then like, you know, we've all had that. Something that you pick up as a kid, and then later in life you're like, "Oh, my eyes won't stay cross-eyed."
Or cracking your knuckles doesn't give you arthritis.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That's the big one I can think
of. That's one of my dad's like favorite thing to tell me when I crack my knuckles. I think he just like he's waiting for me to do it. It brought me in particular joy, and I could be like, "No, that's not real, Dad."
I once asked my dad what my testicles were called, and he said they were your nuts. So I think I was 11 before I realized that wasn't the technical term.
I think I talked to Tanner about this before, but at my house we called them BMs for bowel movements.
You mentioned it.
Or maybe to you?
I've heard this before.
And I thought the word was BM.
Oh, yeah. You've definitely mentioned this before.
Yeah.
BM.
I thought that was just the word. I don't know. Yeah. Kids are dumb.
Yeah.
Kids are dumb.
This is accurate.
Speaking of dumb, I'm feeling a little dumb because, dang it, I can't remember what we do here.
Holy shit, that transition.
I know.
If I wasn't sitting, I'd be down on the ground.
Yeah. Dumbstruck. Light the scented candle.
Oh boy, here he goes with the fucking candle.
Always with the fucking candle.
Yeah.
Closet filled with fucking candles.
Get us.
You shouldn't. Yeah, you shouldn't keep them lit in the closet. That's a fire hazard.
But what if he needs to smell it this minute
like
when it comes
how
out of the closet?
Flame licks at my clothing.
I like to come home from work and have it smell like candles.
Is that too much to ask? Anyway, please, Nate, enlighten me.
Right. So every week, Drew, I think you'll remember that you, Tanner, and I get together. We pick some strange and bizarre headlines from around the internet. We put them in a list with headlines that people have sent in to us. We pick one of those at random. We use that as an origin story for a superhero or a supervillain. Tanner, what did you guys make last week again? And what are we making this week?
Well, I'm hurt that you don't know. Did you not listen?
Not yet, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I got so backed up on podcasts for being gone for 4 days.
It's fine, whatever.
You didn't even hear the shit we talked about you?
Yeah. Dropping mad shit.
It hurts me. I just know that you're doing it, so it hurts me, and so I just don't listen.
Okay, well,
dropping
spoiler
shit
alert
like
for
Paul
Nate.
Pierce in 2008.
But I mean, it's understandable. What if you had the flu really bad and you just had to shit right then? Anyway, like I was saying, spoiler alert for Nate. Last week we created a villain. I'm trying to figure out what the name was. Oh, the mashed demon.
Yeah.
The mashed potato person. I'm not going to go into details because I don't want to ruin it for Nate, but everyone who's listening remembers what it was.
You know.
It was good. Everyone loved it. We got a lot of feedback on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, where's Nate? When's Nate coming back? We miss Nate. Like, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you didn't sign into your burner accounts. Those are all coming from your actual Twitter.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Now I have to burn my burner. I guess that's what it's for, but... Right.
Yep.
Ooh, the shit slinging back and forth is great.
No, what am I fucking saying? I was about to thank Brett Jacobson.
All right, I guess we're done.
That's it, everybody.
Thanks, Brett, for making the art. Oh, no. So that means we're going to make a hero this week is what I was trying to say. And I've already picked an article at random, which is... Jesus Christ, I've gotten so bad about remembering what number. Number 5 for you guys. And the headline is Moose Chases Skiers at Colorado Resorts.
This one comes to us from frequent contributor Curtis Erickson at Common Curtis E on Twitter. Thank you, Curtis.
Good handle.
Just a clever
it's
handle.
A good one. It's good.
Oh, fuck, there's a video. Hell yeah.
There is?
Hell. What? Yes.
Lower down, yeah.
I'm going to watch.
Instagram video. There's a moose. Oh, there's a moose. Oh.
It's a moose.
Getting closer to these people. It's kind of just walking right now. It doesn't.
God,
They're
fucking
desperately
behemoths
trying
of
to
the
ski away
mountains.
from this moose, but this moose is coming at them.
Moose are so big.
They're huge.
Moose are scary.
They're telling them to go. Oh my god! This thing is just charging at him. All right, yeah, it's just a big ass moose. People on a ski resort getting chased. Anyone got any ideas?
I wouldn't mess with a moose. That's my idea.
What if it's a person who can protect the mountain by summoning an avalanche of moose?
A moose-alanche.
Moose-alanche.
So they're just falling over each other, or is it like a charging herd of
I guess it's more like a
moose?
stampede.
I
I don't know what that is, though. It's just kind of more like... I don't know if that's even a hero. It's more like...
It's like a one trick, too. It's just like, okay, here's the stampede.
Yeah, and then like as soon as they're at the bottom of the mountain, they got to go back up. Ugh.
So we're start sledding.
They won't sell them. They won't sell them ski lift passes, which is kind of like discriminatory. But all right, you know.
Is it someone that rides a moose?
And
Summons a moose-alanche.
is it a skier who gets like run over by a moose, but then they wake up and they have moose powers?
But also still their skis, of course.
Yeah, they're skis. And
What if it's just a moose on a moose on... No. What if it's a moose that just wants to be an Olympic skier?
and
All right,
go on.
no, I'm interested.
So then it finally... It's not chasing. It's just like super interested. And then so one day he's able to keep practicing until he becomes the greatest skiing moose.
How's he practice? Where does he get the skis that fit?
I don't know.
Does he fit?
They get lost on the mountain sometimes. I'm sure.
Does he have like
finds a
4
corpse.
skis, one for each
Age-old question.
hoof, or does he
No, I think it's just got to be 2 skis.
does it go on all 4, or does he stand on his hind legs?
All 4s.
Okay, so
One ski
it's
on
not
each side.
not a Joe Camel situation. He's on all 4s.
No, on all 4s. Has those little ski poles in the antlers and can boost forward with that. You know?
Okay, I like that.
How is that a hero, I guess?
Protector
Protector of the mountain.
The day of the big ski downhill race, but the guys
Yeah.
are trying to rob the hotel of its super rare statue. And the moose jumps off a ramp and goes into the hotel lobby instead of winning the race, and it crashes into the bad guys.
Oh boy. And just a moose in that confined space, of course the moose is going to win.
Mm-hmm. And then
they
the credits roll.
raise him up as so that's it. That's the only thing that makes him a hero. Is on accident almost.
Well, it's pretty good. I mean, have you done that?
No, I can't say I have, but
I mean, the firefighters only carry a person out of a burning building. I guess that's all they do. Not very heroic.
oh my god. Get some hot takes here.
Just start completely
Please.
overblowing what you said.
Just
Oh, I don't know. Our boys in blue getting shot out there, Drew. Is that all they do for you?
Okay. How does it make him a superhero, I suppose? I mean, it is a moose.
Maybe
guess,
you can
that's
talk.
key. Okay.
There we go. We did it.
Cut print.
That's it.
I don't know. Maybe he's super good at skiing. What makes?
I don't know. This is a thing that I created, but I'm not completely sold on it myself.
Do we want to go back to a boy who has moose powers or a woman that has moose powers? Though a moose is a man.
A moose that has man powers.
So this moose can like drive a car and file taxes.
You can go to the office, stand around the water cooler,
Talk
tell
about
jokes.
the game last night.
You see that? Nuts how they did that.
It's crazy. Ludicrous display.
Talk about where they go to get their oil changed. And they're like, no, you need to go to the one on 72nd Street to get you out way quicker.
Imagine, a horse in a moose in like a convertible, except with the top up, so it's just the antlers broke through.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
That's not really.
All right, do you want to thank Brett Jacobson or should I?
Well, we already thanked Brett Jacobson, so I guess you could just skip to Carl.
I mean, I would read that comic personally.
All right, so goat, a moose,
I was even a goat sidekick.
a mountain goat, yeah.
Ah, shit, that would make sense.
Is it a mountain man with a moose companion?
Is it a weremoose?
Oh, we haven't done where for a while.
We haven't.
Now, genuine question: when was the last time we did were?
We did the were mongoose.
Mongoose.
Oh
the
man,
mangoose.
that was like first 50.
Yeah, that was like
that
in the
was
20s.
probably
I want to say.
23.
So I think we're far enough away that
25.
it's safe.
Weremoose.
Oh, they're moose.
Everywhere.
Weremoose.
Weremoose.
Oh my god.
So does that make it is it probably just a bigger moose than like your typical moose, like a fucking absolute unit of a moose?
And they're already absolute units to begin.
Yeah,
so
they're
this
already
is-
pretty damn big in the first
This is
place.
huge. This is a moose on steroids. A stare moose.
Well, that just makes me think of a half moose, half stairs.
Okay, let's not get away from that.
Okay.
Maybe.
So it's like those airplane vehicles, like the little carts that have the stairs on them to get in the plane.
Stair car?
Yeah, what did I say?
Car.
Yeah, so the moose then has stairs poking out of it.
All right, if we I'm gonna rein it back in.
Stair wolves. Okay, rein me in. Rein us in.
So does that mean it's like a stair car with like antlers on the side?
Well, no, it's more of just a regular moose with stairs on its back. So like,
Oh, so it could just walk up and let people out of the plane.
yeah, it could. But will it?
But it wouldn't.
It's kind of a will it, won't it kind of thing.
The hero's journey, classic hero's journey. Will it be stairs for people getting off planes? Call to
know.
adventure. Moose rejects stair responsibilities.
Monty, why aren't you doing your job? I don't know, John. I just feel like made for more step things.
I almost feel like I'm literally an abomination and I should not exist.
What if and then like maybe there's a fire and then there's people trapped on the second floor, and so the moose just walks up and they just go down his back.
Then he's a hero.
Okay, now I kind of want to keep going with this.
How far can we push a moose that has stairs on him? Now, okay, if we're gonna go further, I need to understand exactly what we're working with here. Is this literally like a moose? If you were to take a moose and then just like vertically plop a set of stairs on top of it, or is like the stairs built into the huge hulking moose somehow.
Let me tell you what I have in mind for an origin story based off of this article, and then
Okay.
I think that'll. So like Moose is chasing the skiers, and then they get away, but the moose slips and falls down the mountain and just like keeps bouncing, and as it bounces on the rocks and hits his back on the rocks,
Much
makes
like
steps
Blood on
into the
Ice.
back, makes steps. So basically,
okay.
it's the steps are built into his back, but so that means the head is up way at the top.
Oh, so you have the head all the way up there.
Yeah,
Like a giraffe.
kind of, yeah, except very much a triangle and with steps on the back.
So his head. So okay. So long. So triangle because and
Yeah.
the hypotenuse is the stairs, and
Yeah.
then like the up and down line for the triangle, if we're talking about a right triangle,
Yeah.
is like his neck, very
Mhm.
long at this point,
Mm-hmm.
and then the bottom horizontal line is his body.
Exactly. And Nate, great use of hypotenuse.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Finally, my math minor paying off.
you didn't get that.
What?
You're not a math minor.
I am a math minor. I'm not a math major. It's a math
ditched
major
the-
that I claim to be annoying.
Oh man, I tried to call you out.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Too wily for you.
That's like the most boring like type of thing you can do to bother someone.
It's good fun. Like it's just like it only. I think.
Oh
he's
shit,
only-
you are a minor. Oh fuck.
Damn.
They just fucking got him.
Guys, the sting's over. Okay, shut it down, Tanner. We finally fucking got him. Holy shit! It's taken
I'll get you
103
one of these
episodes. We
days.
fucking did it.
One of these days, I'll get you, and you'll forget that you're a math minor.
And they're like, wait, am I a major? Nate's just said it so many times he doesn't even know which he is.
Which one am I?
Yeah.
Call my school.
Yeah. So just big stair moose.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so is the area of this triangle moose that you're painting for us just open air? Is there anything in there?
Oh yeah, it's all filled in.
With what?
Moose.
It's like steps, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
see, I
the
see.
moose's body is the steps, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, he's gotta be uncomfy.
And maybe while he was falling, maybe some rocks kind of got shoved into his back, so that kind of gives it a nice, limestone steps. That's kind of what that really ups the value.
Yeah, he must be a strunk boy.
What
to
did
be
you say?
lifting this stuff?
What did you say?
Strunk.
Strong. Yeah, super strong.
But and then is he just in agony? Is he in agony at all times?
I mean, is Superman in agony with all his raw power?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Because this
Fuck,
moose is
dude.
so powerful now.
You got me back.
Yeah.
All right. I'm down for this challenge. Where do we go with moose stair moose?
First off, how many flights? Also, can he extend?
Multiple flights, Drew. You're thinking multiple flights.
Maybe it's just one, but maybe there's a time in a future issue where he needs to get up to the third level, and
So
like,
he
turns into
opens his mouth
spiral
like an
stairs?
alien, and
and his tongue comes out.
and it's more smaller stairs.
More stairs. Or he could just stretch his neck even further and make more stairs, but
Maybe he can stretch his neck, and then there's a part of the issue where it's it's still not enough. They're not going to make it. And
Tongue.
he's like, I got one more. He puts out his tongue.
Yeah, that's great.
Also, are we saying he can talk?
What do his antlers do? There's there.
What don't they do?
Maybe someone falls off while going down the stairs, and you don't want to see that, so he just reaches back and scoops them up with the antler before they hit the ground.
Okay, that works.
Yeah.
As long as they're being used.
Can also just this moose can carry so many people now, just all on the steps and then one in each antler.
So he carries them too? I thought it maybe just lets
that's
people down from high places.
I mean, yeah, that's the main thing he does, but he can also carry some people. I mean, why limit?
Maybe he can, if someone's hurt when they were skiing, he can carry them, or if they're very tired.
Someone
What are other reasons that
someone
people
fell
are lifted?
asleep while skiing down a mountain.
Yeah.
Now, are any of us here skiers? I am not.
Mm-mm.
I have been cross country skiing once.
And I don't think that's the same as going down a mountain.
I mean, it was mountain adjacent. I'm pretty sure there was a mountain near there. I don't know. I think it was in Wisconsin. Nate, there are mountains over there.
Oh man, it's practically all mountains is the thing. Actually,
Wow. This country
like
we live in is amazing.
It's like whatever that country is that's surrounded by mountains. What is that?
Wakanda.
Yeah, Wakanda.
Yeah.
Nate did bring up a question earlier. Does the moose talk?
Yeah.
Is that an yeah, it does, but you're like upset about it, so you're sighing?
No. I think actually we should keep this one not talking.
Oh, really?
Because we never do that.
So he is smart, right?
Yes, very intelligent. And also just super expressive eyebrows. So like tells a story.
On every panel, he never speaks, but like you know what he's
You know what he's feeling. You know what he's saying.
Okay, so what do we still need? What are we covering for this person? This moose?
How about okay, so he's sticking to the mountain. What's some different scenarios that we could throw at him that he could use his God's gift from the mountain?
Now, Tanner, you said you weren't a skier, right?
That's correct.
Okay. I think what I heard is a lot of times what happens on mountains when people are skiing is they go over a sick jump and then they fly right in. They get stuck in a tree.
Oh yeah.
So he's definitely saving
Classic.
people from trees.
Good there. Yeah.
They're covered now. But that I don't know what else.
Maybe a ski chair gets stuck.
Oh, that's a good
And
one.
maybe there's a fire slowly going towards them.
He starts a fire, so it seems more dramatic.
It's like, oh, I want to look good.
I want to look great doing this.
But you don't like hear his thoughts or anything. You just see the eyebrows and you're like, oh, this is clearly what he's doing.
That's an arsonist right there.
If the mountain were to be like threatened by, I don't know, I'm thinking of those
Like
80s
bulldozers
movies where
coming
a real
in.
estate developer was going to
Yeah.
come in. Like, how would he prevent a real estate company from taking over the lodge that has existed on this mountain for 70 years?
Maybe they get it on a safety technicality that the stairs were bad, so he just like
He gets OSHA down there. There's no railing on these stairs. You guys are shut the fuck down.
and then he puts himself down and OSHA is tricked. They see those antlers and the antlers become the railings. No, that doesn't make sense unless the antlers are like a fluid force on him, but no.
But also, he doesn't want the place to be saved, right? Like, he wants...
No, I
he
think
doesn't want
Drew. What Drew was saying was the real estate developers are getting the place shut down because of OSHA, so they can take it
Oh.
over.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay, I see.
So I was just thinking he was gonna find the real estate developer and bite him by his underwear and give him a big old wedgie and leave him hanging from a flagpole.
One story wedgie. Oh yeah, there you go. But that doesn't really solve the problem.
Oh. Maybe he takes the real estate developer and he pushes him down the stairs on his back and the guy dies.
Ooh,
Oh.
it's very
He
good.
just
He
keeps
picks him
doing
up
that.
by his underwear, gives him a wedgie, and then turns him around and throws him down the stairs.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm sorry. That was a mean prank. Well, he doesn't say it, but he says it with his eyes.
Here, let me
Yeah.
sit you
Come on down my back from the flagpole. I promise nothing bad will happen.
And the wedgie is so deep. Oh,
It
ow.
hurts.
It gets
It
set down
burns.
and just falls immediately.
Yeah, and then he goes on to win the ski tournament that was for $2,000, which is the exact amount the ski lodge needed to
So
stay
now we're
open.
back to the moose skiing.
$2,000 is it?
It was the 80s.
Oh.
It went a lot further back then.
Maybe, okay, I have an idea. What if there is some sort of competition put forth that, like, if the ski resort loses, they have to give up their thing, and they have their best skier, who could be a character, and he has to make some jump or something. But we all know that jump is not gonna happen unless the jump was extended a bit.
Oh, okay, so he put the ramp on his back and he raises it slightly?
He like covers his back with snow and just stands right in front of the very edge of the jump and gives him that extra boost.
Oh, okay. Is it like one of those like two camps versus each other things you see in the movie, and it comes down to the last event, and that's when
Yeah.
he's like, I'm gonna make sure this
I
happens.
want to help. And like the other camp is like bunch of fucking turtleneck wearing freaks.
Yeah, it's the rich kid camp.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that are fighting for the real estate developer to level that place, to turn it into a parking lot for the rich kid ski lodge.
I want it because Daddy said so.
That's pretty accurate to 80s.
Yeah.
80s villains. You did a good job.
Thank you. Nate, you're quiet over there.
I mean, you guys seem to
Nate
have
was
it
on the
covered.
side of the rich kids, so he's a little upset.
Damn it.
Honest to God, I was thinking to myself, I wonder if there was ever a movie that was like from the perspective of the rich kid, like same movie plot, sort of, but like from the perspective of the rich kids.
And like told from their story, it actually
where
makes
the
a lot of
other
sense.
camp was a bunch of like were the bad guys somehow. Like same exact situation, but done in a different way so that the other camp was the bad guys. I don't know.
Well, I haven't seen the show Cobra Kai on YouTube. It's like an extension of Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Apparently it is like more from I can't think of the bad guy in its name right now.
Fucking
Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, Mr. Freeze. It's from Mr. Freeze's perspective and kind of how his life kind of got ruined after the events of Karate Kid. And it's I haven't seen it though, so I don't know for sure. But that's what I've heard about. I really do want to watch it.
I think you are correct in that. So yeah, that kind of thing. That's about I think the closest we'll ever get.
Yeah, we should go watch that.
Let's take a break.
Yeah.
All right, we're back. Great show. Loved it.
Do you guys remember the second Batman movie with Michael Keaton?
Yes.
It's insane. It's barely a Batman movie. It's more about Catwoman and Penguin. And every time the Penguin talks, there's that like black bile that comes out of his mouth.
Yeah, it's pretty horrible.
Yeah, it's not.
He
a good
eats
movie.
a bird. No, he eats a cat. No. Catwoman eats a bird. And he's about to eat a cat.
He's a fish. It doesn't
That's
run
it.
for mayor. That movie's so weird.
It is. It's odd. It's bizarre.
Good flick.
I don't remember anything about that one, really.
I will
I
watch
remember
that
a
next.
lot about Batman Forever.
Which one's that?
The one with Riddler and Two-Face.
And who plays Batman?
Ooh. That one might also be Keaton?
No, Keaton only did the first two. Was that
Or was
Clooney?
that might have been...
Or was that
Is
Kilmer?
that Kilmer? Yeah, it's Kilmer.
Man. You're going to need to edit all this out. This is super boring.
Yeah, this is stupid.
All right, let's get back to it.
Yeah. All right.
So they win. And he saves the.
Saves the lodge.
There you go. A real hero.
I was thinking about this earlier when we were thinking of situations that he could help save or help out at the lodge. I don't know much about skiing, but I know that maybe like you're skiing along and then a big abominable snowman comes out and eats you.
If you hold the shift button down, you can go faster and you can escape him.
Holy shit, is that for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I did not know that, no.
I'll be honest, I didn't learn it until like 10 years ago, so I was a little late to the game.
Yeah,
too.
same. I did not know it at the time. I died every time.
Yeah.
But that happens and he just kind of comes out and just falls sideways onto it and crushes it.
Oh, see, I thought you were going to say he gets in front of it and the abominable snowman runs up the stairs and then just like flies off because he's running so damn fast.
And it's like it's a fun little like from the perspective of like the snowman, like you see his head and then he's like running and then it like zooms out a little bit. He's just in the air and he like looks down, looks back up, and then like his body falls, his neck stretches, and then his head goes down.
But it does a quick gulp first.
It's not even that much though. It's just one story. Although on a mountain,
then he dies because he hits his head like on a rock wrong.
Oh, but then he becomes snowman. But that's for next time.
Credits.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
I think it was pretty easy to follow.
Yeah, I don't think we really have to do a costume. Pretty recognizable.
Yeah, we kind of described his whole deal.
Kind of like brown fur.
The antlers and
Maybe has
thing of stairs.
Yeah, with some rocks on it.
But they're like flattened out, right? It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just for the steps.
It's really tasteful.
Yeah, it's very
Tastefully
nice.
done.
If I were to see that at a house, that would be great. Would really catch my eye. Comic book cover of the stuff we described. What is the most like iconic?
The kid jumping over him. Or
Yeah.
That kind of
jumping
gives
off
away
him.
the ending, though.
Yeah, that's also true.
I guess that really does kind of. Him giving a wedgie to the principal of the high school. Or the real estate developer.
The real estate developer.
Yeah.
Same
And there's
thing.
like
Same
people,
role.
There's like skiers on his back, like cheering. It's very good.
Yeah.
And he's got sunglasses on or something.
Okay, yeah, there's his distinguishing feature. Besides, of course, the big stairs that he
Really,
is.
I don't know which moose is the stair moose. Oh, it's the sunglasses.
It's the sunglasses. All right. Well, I don't think there's much we could do for like other than like Stare Moose. I don't know for a name.
First name?
Yeah. Like what do we
Mooscalator.
Ooh, it's not an escalator though.
Ah, shit.
Moose stairs.
Moose stairs.
Okay,
Could we make it? Oh fuck! I forgot that we never actually did like it. The whole idea came out of the werewolf thing, but we never actually did a werewolf thing because otherwise it'd be like we could just do it Stairwolf or Stair Moose, but then spell it differently. But no.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Yes.
Steppenmoose.
Like
Steppenwolf?
Steppenwolf.
Like Steppenwolf.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
I can. Yeah,
Fuck
I'm
it.
fine with that.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Fuck it. It'd be better if it was a wolf, but that's for
Moose.
next time.
Credits
Credits, yeah.
or question
After
mark.
credits, the Yeti is alive and now has stairs in its back.
That's the squeakquel.
That's it.
Is that it? Did we do it?
I think that's it.
We did
No,
it.
I know you already thanked Brett Jacobson, but could you do it again?
Yeah, I feel like that's probably fair. First, let me recap what we did real quick.
Yeah, please.
This is going to conclude issue number 103 of Headline Heroes. We created the hero Steppenmoose, the moose who can be steps. And that's all the more you need to know. So this time, as always, I'd like to thank Brett Jacobson for the second time this episode for creating the art for our show. Fun fact about Brett is he doesn't believe in stairs, so he's never been to the second floor of his house.
Wow. His basement?
Yeah, he's only been in his basement.
But what happens once he goes down into the basement?
Well, it's one of those attached to his garage, so like he just when he comes in the house, he's in the basement already.
Oh, so he just lives in his basement.
Mm-hmm. And there's no bathroom down there either, so I don't know where he's been going to the bathroom.
That's cool.
His lawn looks very fertilized.
It's growing great.
Winter sucks.
He texts me that every now and then. He's like, man, I hate the winter when you have to go to the bathroom. And I go, yeah, okay.
Okay.
We also want to thank Carl Sorensen. Carl does the music for our podcast, and he helps with the post-production of the audio. If you're interested in working with Carl on any sort of musical project, you can reach out to him at carljsorensen.com. So everything is all even. I'm just going to say, once again, thank you, Carl. So now we thank both Brett and Carl evenly.
Smart
Oh, wow.
move. I feel
Yeah.
like he would have
How he
roasted us.
Didn't want a Headline Heroes Civil War.
Part 2.
Part 2, yeah. The squeakquel. If you have any articles that you come across, we'd love it if you send them our way, especially if they're wacky and crazy, like this one. Send them to our email, headlineheroescast@gmail.com. Our Twitter handle is @headline_heroes. We have a Facebook group. You can find us on there. And we have our subreddit, r-headlineheroes. If you want to leave a voicemail for us or text us, as I've said before, that'd be great. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to maybe play it on the episode or read it on the episode. The number is 319-596-6766. Give us a call. Whatever you're listening to us on, be it iTunes or Google Play. If you could give us a rating or a review, we would really appreciate it. Tell a friend about us. And finally, thank you for listening, and we hope you'll pick up the next issue of Headline Heroes.